Hey guys, it's snowy and cold outside, so I'm in the basement. Let's talk. Hi everybody. Um, this is nothing special. I'm just playing around down here. Got to clean up some brushes. Yeah, oh boy, have I got to clean up some brushes. I got some glue brushes that are out of sight here. But what I was doing was, you know, the other day, Saturday, on Intervals of Sanity, which is another channel where I just chat with my artsy friends. We're not really creating art per se. We were talking about being influencers and how we are influenced by others. And I think we all do this. We all think we all have to run out and try new things. And so I was, we were talking about playing in these different color journals, doing stuff in these different color, like the black and the tone tan and that sort of thing, and the different markers. And so I started looking at the stuff that I already had. Now, granted, these Marby markers I have probably had for years, and I'm not kidding you, because you see this, I can't even shake this one and get it to shake up. It's supposed to sound like this. You get no sound out of this one. So I don't know if there's even, enough here to, yeah, there is ink in it, but let's see. Yeah, it's juicy. It just is not shaking up close, which means I think most of the metallic stuff that was in the bottom of this is probably set up like iron. But, look around in your stash to see what you have that's kind of going to waste like that. Here I've got two of the same, and they're both like that. I've got a purple. This one is actually shaking up, so I was playing, just playing with that purple, trying to see what I could get out of it. But, I need to go through some of this stuff. This one is brand new, looks like. This one has been used. And it still shakes, and it still has the blue in it. Okay. So I was playing around in the black journal with some of these. You can see where the blue has been. And it wasn't real smooth, and I wasn't liking the way the blue was looking. So then I got my Faber-Castell Pitt pens, which is also a metallic. And what I did is I came back in over the top of this with the Pitt pen and just took my finger and kind of blended that to give it a more smooth finish. Can you guys see that? So you see over here, this is not real smooth. So what I did is I came in with the Pitt pen on top of this other blue Marby pen, just experimenting with what I have, because I don't really want to run out and buy a whole bunch of more new pens. I want to use up the ones I've got. But I did, I wanted to try. So rather than buy a whole set of stuff, because I like the Permapaque pens, I was using that on the tone tan over here. I was using that pink on the tone tan over here because I wanted to see, I'd done something with the black one. You see, it does not come through. I'd done something with the black one here, and then a cheap black pen here, and you can see the Permapaque did not bleed through where this one did. So, that's what I was doing, is I was just playing around, seeing, what could I do with these different markers. Now, you can see it's showing up real well on the tone tan. Works fine. Now I come over to my black one, and if I want to come in here and add, it's kind of a not real, you know, perfect coverage. That's all I can call it. It's more of a ghosting, which is fine. You know, if you want perfect coverage, then you can use something else. But I kind of like this. I don't know if it's picking up the paper. You know, the paper might be pilling a little bit with these markers. But it looks a little bit more like a bubble than if I just do this rubbing and ghosting. And I could put more than one layer on here. You know, this is just to show you what I get on black with the permapaic. So here is where I'd done a couple of different layers. You know, I came back in and I put some more down, just trying to get it to be a little bit more solid. It's still kind of not the best, but you can see what I'm getting here, right? So anyway, talking about influencers, you know, what we had been talking about was how we influence one another. And, you know, this whole journaling thing came about because I was talking with some of my friends in a chat, and we were talking about the different types of things that you do on these different types of surfaces. So, one of the influencers that I saw lately was Gina Ahrens, because she had this Filofax, however you want to say it. And she was following this gentleman, I think he's from Australia. I can't think of his name right now. I'll try to remember to put it in the links below. But he had taken one of these, and I had seen Gina's, and I was looking for one like what I'd seen Gina have that did not have the binding ring in it, because it has those metal binding ring clips, and I did not want that. I wanted one like this to go into my purse. And I wanted to cut some nice papers. These are watercolor papers. So I just die cut these. You can see these little cheap composition notebooks fit in there. So that's a nice fit. These moleskine, the cashier and the lined cashier will fit in here. And this was kind of like the size that I wanted to just throw in my bag so that I had it. So, yeah, Gina influenced me on that one. But what I want to talk to you about is I would like to influence you to check out a few of the smaller channels that are out here. You know, people that put stuff up on YouTube work really hard for us providing content. Oh, I went through the wrong way. I want it on the inside. I guess it doesn't matter. I want to put I don't know. I want to put a cover on this. What am I going to use for a cover? I've got, is that big enough? That's not big enough. Let me grab something. I'll be right back. So I found an old composition book, and I just cut it down to size so that it's going to fit my watercolor papers. And I'm just, let's see, I'm trying to figure out where the hole is to string it. I put a little bit of, there it is, maybe. I put a little bit of washi tape on here just to protect the seam. I need to find it. There it is. Didn't go all the way through yet. Okay. Try it again. So I'm just tying some wax linen through my signature here. And that cover that I made from the old composition book. This is 140-pound watercolor paper. I like having a good quality paper in my journal just in case I really want to get a little more serious. You know, sometimes I'll take my Inktense or my watercolor or something with me. So there's my signature all sewn into my little composition book cover. That can go into my Filofax. You see I have this is what I use for things like my grocery list, so I can just tear it off. Here's a list for things that I want to, you know, not tear and keep. And then here's for sketches. I've got some nice paper here for sketches. What I did here is I put this is just a hairband from the dollar store. And I put this little container in here. This is a souvenir small traveler's journal accessory. And you can just get those to, you know, store small things in here. It's got a couple of pockets. And then this is going to slip right in to the back of my journal here. So I've got watercolor, I've got writing, I've got all of this. I've got a place to tuck a few bills and a place to tuck a few cards, and you know, I'm good to go. So I'm pretty excited about that. But okay, so this is a Filofax Malden. I got this because I wanted something small, a small journal that I could carry in my purse. I bought this because it was damaged. This does not work. And so what I did is I drilled out these two pieces here. There's a video on YouTube I'll try to link you to that shows you how to do that. But then you can lift this off, and I can get rid of that because it's non-functional. And I can come in here and I can open up the back side because this is the spine and then this is where the rest of that lives. And I can peel this back and I can just pull this piece right out. The other thing I'm excited about is telling you about some of the small channels that I know of that you need to be following. One of which is Lady Blue Studio. If you don't know about her, go check her out. That's Michelle Mitchell, and she has wonderful art. If you don't follow her on YouTube, at least follow her on Instagram to see what she's doing, because she has some really interesting stuff. Carson D. Cat's Life, that's Nikki. She is usually is doing lives. If you like to watch a live video, that's somebody that you can follow there. Laura Gregain is another one that I want to mention. Laura has been teaching for a lot of years, and she brings that to the table when she's doing a video because she will teach you about things. So, you know, go check out Laura Gregain. And APG Jamie, for sure. Jamie has some interesting stuff to share with you. Scroll down here further. I don't know if I mentioned. Okay, and then I also want to mention Aunt Beck. Aunt Beck Studio. Aunt Beck has a variety of things from cooking, home interiors, arts and crafts. And yeah, check her out. She does sewing. all kinds of things. So be sure and check her too. And that's it from me for today. I'm gonna, go clean my stuff and try to have a studio that's worth working in. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.